Hi, welcome to MaxCat Studios. As I said in my last video, this is my first time building a guitar. Now, I'm not a complete noob. I've been working on my own instruments for years. But building a guitar is complicated. There's a ton of do's and don'ts that you can really only learn through experience. So to bridge that gap, I'm using this book, Martin Koch's Building Electric Guitars. This thing is excellent. It takes you through step by step from selecting your wood to building your own tools and jigs, all the way to a finished final product. Now to the build plan. To keep it simple, I'm going with a Telecaster, but with a few tweaks. I'm changing the body size, hopefully to help with ergonomics, and it will be a 24 3/4 inch scale length, and my own version of the body shape. For pickups, I'll be winding my own, a P90 for the bridge and the traditional T-type for the neck pickup. For the hardware, I'm using a Hipshot bridge and Goto tuners. I have a surprise in store for the electronics. Obviously, I can't tell you, it wouldn't be a surprise, but as a hint, it uses a PT2399 chip. One more thing, I lost all the video for the template builds, but I figure nobody wants to watch a template get built in the first place, so I'm just going to continue this video with my first attempt at making a fretboard. Wish me luck. So I don't have any video of me cutting the fretboard. iPhones make great cameras until you run out of batteries. So please imagine that I looked really good cutting these fret slots. You never seen fret slots cut so good. On the plus side, my book saved me from making a really big mistake. You see, when using a fret slot template, cut number 1 is placed right smack dab in the middle of where the 0 fret should be, not where the end of the nut should be. So if you're using a nut and not a 0 fret, you have to offset the cut by the width of the saw blade. Otherwise, your nut slot will be cut a saw's width too far forward. Coming up after this super sped up hour of me figuring out how to use this gosh darn miter box, I continue with sanding a 9.5 inch radius into the fretboard. Super exciting stuff, please enjoy. So at this point, you get to see me slice through a part of the fretboard that is not a fret slot. I then quickly try to fill it with some super glue and sawdust, but the sawdust is a lot lighter colored than the actual rest of the fretboard. So you all can see, I slipped up with the saw right here. And I filled it, patched it with some of the ebony dust, but it's a little lighter color because this is a darker spot and like it's such a marbled ebony. So a lot of it will be covered by when I trim the fretboard and when I lay in the frets, but I'm going to have to cover just a little bit there. So I think I'm going to try and use a stain to do that and just blend in the patch a little bit more. But for now I have to do some color magic. I'm going to try and use brown in conjunction with black. See what we get. Now you can't even see it. Now that I'm finally done sanding, I get to do what scared me most, tapering the fretboard. This process involves a lot of measure, cut. It turns out, a radius surface is difficult to mark accurately. At last, I am at the rotor. I hot glued the fretboard to a piece of MDF. The MDF acts as the straight edge reference for the rotor to follow. I'm really happy with how this method worked, although I think in future builds I need to make a less cumbersome jig. Unfortunately, I've just realized that this fretboard is not radiused evenly in the slightest. I don't know what I was looking at when I was sanding, but it's wrong. It's fixable, but in the interests of being a better woodworker, I'm going to start from scratch. I will fix this for a future build because you don't waste ebony. Yeah. It's about all the heartbreak I can handle for one video. So I'll catch you in the next one.